this is 2015 setup. Um, I'm going to show you some details on how I wire things up and everything. This year it's beans in the field, so I got it about, I don't know, 3 feet off the ground, which should give me plenty of clearance for the beans so it won't damage the farmer's field. There'll be, rough estimate you can see, it's probably going to be, I don't know, 8 or 9 stands. Each area is going, each board is individually styled, so when we carry them out, they're not so heavy. And then you put them on these stands. Each board will be about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes long. I wire them so that they go really right on time, so there's hardly any delay. I don't like a lot of delays, so to keep the show moving. But this year my boys want to shoot some, so I'm going to make it so that they can shoot about at the same time. They'll be dual. This same setup here will be on the other side of the other end, so that they go up at the same time. So my boys will have to light the items together. There'll probably be about 4 boards that'll be like that, that they'll have to light. But then in the middle, I'll use my Cobra firing system to ignite the stuff in the middle, so I won't even have to get out in the field. But they love to shoot the fireworks out there in the field, and one of them was going to have a camera so that they can show you up close fireworks shooting. So I'm hoping to have a couple, 2 or 3 different ways of having the fireworks showed on for the finale and stuff. So that'll be really cool. But I'll get back to you. I'll put my headgear on and explain some details and stuff about the wiring and how I set it up. Okay, this will be a quick, there's going to be several parts probably added to this, but this is going to be a quick showing of how I set it up. Basically, I've just started a few day or so ago. It'll take me most of this week to get it ready before the fireworks show. I'm hoping to get done here way before the 4th, because I still have a lot of other stuff to do. But anyway, this is a basic quick sheet of about half the stuff I'm going to be doing, and how I set it up so that people can see it, and so I can get an idea of how long it goes. What I do is I figure out how long each piece is. Like, see over here, these are already wired. This is board 1. It's already all wired. Neutron, hydrogen bomb is about 30 seconds long. So this is the igniter to light it up. This is well, the best thing to do is I'll just go back over here and show you the green different things. I use 3 different types of wick to wire up my system. This is the green wick. The green wick is 30 seconds a foot. The yellow is about 5 seconds a foot, and the white is about 2 seconds a foot, probably just a little bit faster. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then that's how I wire it up according to how long each piece is. This here is only about 28 seconds long. Neutron bomb is 30 seconds. Each one's got it. I wrote down on here each one of the times. Like hydrogen bombs, 40 seconds. Hooligans, 110 seconds. Yeah Baby Yes, 40 seconds. Saturday Night Specials, 100 seconds. And open fire is 100 seconds. So that way I know how long to cut the piece of the cord or how long to mark them. Basically, I just mark them for the whole thing, so I don't cut it, because I really don't like cutting it if I don't have to. I think it does a better job. And a lot of people use those ties, but I like tape. I use tape, and then I glue these down with liquid nail, so they aren't going to move once they're in place. They don't go nowhere. and I always cut off the tops to keep down on the trash, because the less trash better. That means this stuff that goes in the yard, there's out there in the field, there's not going to be a lot of trash left. It'll be just mostly toppers and some other odds and ends. Most of the trash will stay on the board, and I just carry the boards back out and burn them on the burn pile. But this is okay. This is 40 seconds long, so I got the wick going here. Ignites this. One of the boys will light this. In fact, I'm doing two boards at the same time. So board 1 and board 2 will be on one side, and board 1 side and board 2 will be on the other side. Here's a picture of the dimensions of what I'm going to do. I don't know if this comes in very good or not. People are here. This is the edge of the field. And this is going to be the layout out in the field. Board 1, board 2. Then there'll be probably this is board 3, which is what I light. So one boy will light here, my one son Derek will light here, and my son Mike will be over here, and they'll light them together at the same time. And it's the exact same setup on each end. And then after that one, then I'll light and use my Cobra fire system and light this one. And then board 4 and board 5, they'll have to light together, and then I'll light something else off. This table right here that you see is a square table. There'll be two different items on this that I'll shoot off. This here is a dual Roman candle rack that I will put some, excuse me, I'm just drank some coffee, that I'll be wiring up and spreading them out like this, and then having them go off at the same time to give a lower ground effect on the aerials. Like this here is just Palm King is just big huge aerials up in the air, so to give it a little bit more effect, this will be a ground item lit off the same time as this will be lit off, just to give it more a cooler show. So, and then they'll have two of these that the boys will be lighting off, and hoping it crisscrosses and makes a real neat effect. Here I'll give you a quick example. I'm working on this setup now. This is probably going to be board 4 and board 5. I'm not sure, but I glued this down already, because this is just a ground display. It's just a ground aerial display. It's a fan, but it shoots up a bunch of red sparks, which is really kind of cool, but it needed something high. So what I did is I built this these are waterfalls, and one just doesn't do enough, but if you do 3 of them at the same time, it makes a real nice pattern. So while this ground area stuff is going down, excuse me, I'm really having problems here. The ground stuff goes off. These will go off. I'm going to shoot 3 at a time. So after this firework starts, about 10 seconds in, these 3 will go up in the air, and they're all angled. I got them on. I put little angles on them. They're glued down already, and these 3 will go up. And 10 seconds afterwards, this is about a 28-second show. So 10 seconds in, this shoots up, and then in a few seconds later, another 3 shoots up, and that ends it, and then it goes into the neutron bomb. Neutron bomb. But the hard thing about it is to figure out the wiring. So this is exactly about 30 seconds. So here's a foot to this one here. So this wire is already still going right to the firework. But down here, this yellow wick is the 5-second fuse. So that's 2 feet, and 10 seconds I'm going to have it wired so that it goes right here, and this is the less than 2-second fuse. So it's going to really, after 10 seconds, this is quick wick, and it'll light these 3 really fast. And then I'm going to have on the other side a little bit of a delay with some green wick, and then these will be lit off in here. So that, but that's just keeps, this is going to keep going while this is already still going too. So, and I'll glue it down, and it'll keep moving so that it goes into it. And then you just do the same thing. Neutron bomb is about 40 seconds long. Then it's going to crisscross, keep going here, and it's going to, then I got it marked on here where they have to put the next wick. So right in here someplace, it's a little bit of mark. I'll glue this and put this right in here. So that'll go into there. And then I'll probably go back and go around and go on to the Porkinator is really cool. It's got a real neat display. It's kind of an all-one. Hot and spicy is the same thing. These are big shells. This is new this year, and this one's new this year. I've had the neutron bombs before, and this is new this year. So it'll go into this, and then it goes into this, and then I'm going to have enough room, hopefully, to put a fan here. And then these are just extras, just in case I need to put in there. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. And that's will be one whole board. So this will be board like board 4. And this same exact setup will be on the other side over there. As you can see, I've got it started and laid out, but I don't have it wired yet. I've only got 2 boards wired so far. It took me a while to rebuild my stands. So anyway, that's basically how I do the wiring. I'll do a little bit more update on the setup a little bit later, once I get a little bit more up there and give you a little bit more example of what I've got. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, I thought I'd show you a little bit of how I do things on the setup, just so you see. Again, like I said, I cut off all this. After it's all glued down, I cut off all the tops just to keep down the waste, because the less cleanup, the more, the better it is. You don't want to, at the end of this show, usually there's a lot of cleanup. Last year's show, I wish I had the parts of the video, because I gave it to somebody else to do and I never did get the video. So I'm hoping to contact this guy to get the copy of the video. This year, my daughter and other people are going to help do this, so that we really, with all the new types of cameras out and stuff, I'm hoping to make it a real good show. I've been started metal detecting again after several years, since the new metal detectors have been out, and I have a few videos up of me metal detecting. So if you have a chance, take a look at some of my metal detecting videos. Again, I'm hoping to get a little bit better at the GoPro and do some real nice videos. I really haven't found anything really old at this time, but I'm hoping to find some key spots to find some of the old relics and stuff, and some better items. I found a few rings, but nothing gold. It's just some sterling silver rings, and a couple of silver coins. One was a Mercury, which means it's in 1940s, and a Roosevelt, which is before 46. It was it's silver, or before 46 it was silver. But I found a lot of clad coins and stuff, and probably ended up over $50 or more in clad coins since I started. But as you see, I got all this cut off. I just glued this down yesterday, and again, I keep the pieces going as much as I can. And again, like I said, I like to keep the wiring done with tape, because everybody uses the tie. A lot of people use the ties and stuff, but I just use this inch tape. I cut it off, that way I don't have to pre-cut it, and it makes it just about perfect for wiring just about perfect for wiring up the wick. And I've knock on wood, I've never really had much problems with it not going off. This is waterproof wick, so but I just assume it not be raining. Last year was a great year. Was one of my better shows I've had. I really liked it. It went really well, and so I'm hoping to duplicate that. Okay. One of the key things is, if you see down in here, I got the green wick facing toward the igniting area, meaning as it burns and goes through here, but it's always hitting the start of the green wick. So looks like it moved off of here. I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyway, it's twisted around so that it ignites the next wick, and I like it to always be facing toward the firing end so it ignites the green as it's going, and this just kind of helps ensure it. The same principle of always doing the same thing. I'm going to put some green wick into this to ignite this one to give it some time. So I just slightly twist it, take the wick, take the tape, and get it started, and then go around it. And it's got a little bit of a twist to it, so it helps to ignite the fouling, keeps it going. So it works really well. It's a little bit tricky to get it started, so I always try, that's why I try to wire it ahead of time before I move to the next board or the next firework, to make it easier on you, so that you don't have to worry about it fighting in between to get it to the next wick. So just keep twisting it around. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it works. You can always put more tape on if need be to go around the item, but it works pretty good. Anyway, I'll keep doing that. Then, as you see here, there's a little black mark on there, which means that's where I have to put the next wick. So then I take and I cut this off and get it ready to go. This is where the next wick is. I take it off and get it ready so that we can. And then sometimes what I'll do is, just to ensure the safety of the wick not getting pulled out, I'll put a little piece of tape. Along the bottom of the firework, just so it doesn't pull it out. It helps to keep it from pulling it out. Just a safety thing. Just put a little bit right on the bottom here, so it doesn't. Helps to keep it from pulling it out, and then you just all you need is enough just to wrap it around. So then you bend this a little bit, and it's ready to go. Now what I do is I cut off the bottom. There's hard wood under here, so you can just slide across your X-Acto knife and get rid of that paper, because that's just that could help to cause the board to move or tear off or fall. If you cut this off, take this off, you see behind it, it's nice and solid. So that way you can take and I put heavy duty liquid nail. It's interior, exterior, and then I just put a little bit on there once I get this wired up, and go from there. It really makes it a lot easier. So now I just take and I get this in position. These boards were from last year. All you have to do is, they're just cheap press board. I built, as you can see over there, this place is junky right now. I built some carrying racks for the guys to carry out each board, because they do get pretty heavy because there's quite a lot of weight on each board. That's why it's almost perfect, because it keeps it from keeps it from breaking, and they're cheap boards, so that way you don't have to spend a lot of money to do anything. So then just get your mark, do your twist, and tape it up, and just keep going from there. Alright, I'll get back to you. Okay, another one of the things I use in the show is these mortar racks. I have 4 of them, and 2 of them I use in the middle of the show, and 2 of them I use near the end of the show. And then I have a lot of extra tubings when I buy the boxes. You can see underneath the tables and stuff for all the fireworks, and there's some more over there and everything else. These tables will be stuffed full when the show is completely ready and done. But I clean every year. These are probably the 3rd year now, maybe the 4th year I've used them. And I just take a toilet brush, and I cut it down to fit the size of the tube, to clean these out. And then you just take it, slide it down in there, turn it around a little bit, and then slide it in and out. As you can see, just to clean the tubes a little bit, so that there's no more, helps to get rid of if there's any debris or anything inside the tubes. It just helps a lot, and it helps to make the firework come out a little faster, I think. But I do this to all the tubes, and then I dump it out, and then this rack is ready to load for the fireworks. But I just thought I'd let you see that. And okay, I'll keep you updated.